The following content contains interrogations performed by trained personnel. Do not try this at home. We are investigative journalists. We are not police. We gather evidence that we know to be true, then turn that evidence over to police in hopes of an arrest. All suspects within this content are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so what was your plans today with Jack?
Furniture shopping.
Furniture shopping to furnish your apartment?
And then he said he was curious. You know, so I was like, well, I could be a teacher, but... So I was actually drawn to, but
okay.
I realize that's wrong with his age. What does that stand for, the task force, you guys?
This is a Predator task force.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I know you said you're military. You active still?
No, I just retired.
Okay. So you were in for life then, I take it, if you just retired?
Retired.
Would go?
Last year.
Last year? You guys have been friends still?
Yeah, he's on the phone still. So, hey Gary, I'm going to have to call you back because I'm shaking.
Yeah,
got him. We fucking got him.
He's actually JP, so he's Japanese police.
Japanese police.
So I'm not liking this. I don't want to go further with this. I got to stop it. You're putting me in a really bad situation there.
Do you understand the situation you
yes,
showed
I do,
up to?
And
today?
I'm done. This is enough.
And you'll have to deal with them.
We do fucked up shit.
Call a family member and tell them?
Yes.
You want to call the police instead?
Well, I got to deal with this now.
Did you not think you would have to deal with anything from this?
Yeah, all right. Well, what do you want from me now? You're fucking putting me through a lot of shit. What do you want?
Okay, he's in here right now. All right, guys. We got Mark, a military person. You got it on recorder? Yeah. We got Mark, guys. He is actually active military from what we know. I'll show you a quick picture real quick. This is our target right here, guys. He's coming to meet up with what he thinks to be a 15-year-old boy for sexual purposes, sexual deviancy. We're gonna try and have a conversation with our man, Mark. I don't see him though. He's coming right now. Is that him? That's that him? That's him, that's him, that's him, that's him. I think. Maybe not. Here. Target acquired. Hey, Mark. How are we doing, sir?
Good, good.
Good, we have to have a conversation. We had to have a conversation about Jack. And now if we can have a conversation, just talk about it, make sure it's not gonna happen again. Yeah. Or I can just turn everything over to the police, and it's up to you if you wanna have that conversation with me. Yeah? Okay. Do you wanna do that in here, or do you wanna walk outside?
We can walk outside.
Okay, if you take off on me, I do have everything I can send to the police. So I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Cool.
Okay?
That's cool.
This is my partner right here. He films for my safety, your safety, to make sure that I'm not gonna extort you, I'm not gonna hurt you, you're not gonna put your hands on me, nothing like that. That's the only reason for that recording right there. So I can send that to my boss after we're done and say I talked to you. We got like 4 other people in this area I gotta meet with today. So I really don't want this to take too long. Give me 1 second. I gotta turn off my... Do you have an Android?
What?
Do you have an Android?
No.
This is Android's new to me, and I'm trying it here. Let's just turn the phone off. All right, let's go. I got this Android yesterday, and I don't know how to work it. I don't know how to turn the camera, don't know how to turn the flashlight off or nothing. So you just moved down here?
Yeah.
Where'd you move from? New York, you said?
New York, yeah.
How do you think about Buffalo finally making the playoffs again?
Yeah.
You follow hockey at all?
I do.
You do?
The Sabres.
The Sabres? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty There we go. There we go.
So are you guys like private investigators?
Yeah, I have a company. We protect kids across the entire nation, go state to state, all over the place. So we just go around doing this. I mean, you don't seem like you're here to hurt the kid. Don't seem like you were here to pressure on him to do something he didn't want to do. And trust me, I deal with real monsters on a daily basis. Okay, so this can be quick. I just gotta know this ain't gonna happen again, so I can get out of here.
100%.
So you just got a place here in Cape Coral or Fort Myers?
I just moved here.
You did you?
Yeah, just weeks ago.
Okay. Maybe go over here. And so I just want this to be a me and you conversation. I don't embarrass people. I don't want nobody hearing about it.
Yeah, we can,
let these people pass by. And honestly, I never know who I'm going to meet, you know, because...
Yeah, I just moved here, like you said. I wasn't looking for any harm or anything like that.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was really withdrawing when he said ages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of freaking me out a little bit.
That's where, you know, that's where the turning point is,
And
ultimately.
that's when I offered to go shopping and stuff like that.
Okay, so what was your plans today with
Go
Jackson?
furniture shopping.
Furniture shopping to furnish your apartment?
And then he said he was curious. You
Yep.
know, so I was like, well, I could be a teacher, but... So I was actually drawn to. But
Okay.
I realize that's wrong with his age.
Yeah, of course, of course. And now,
I've not done that.
that was my next question. In the past,
Yeah, no, I'm not in with that age group.
never?
No.
Because I know you guys talked about, so up in New York, you haven't had like encounters with anybody?
No.
Younger?
Well, I have, but they're not his age.
Not his age?
No.
Okay.
I am attracted usually to younger, but not perverted younger.
Okay, all right.
So he is definitely, like
And how,
you said,
how old did you say you were? 54?
54.
54. And how old did he tell you he was?
I don't remember. But it was underage.
Yeah, do you know what the age was though? Or can you check it at least?
Yeah, I think he said he's going to be 16.
I think
Or
it,
50, he's going to be 16 or something
that
like
sounds
that.
more accurate. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. And so what was your plans for the day? Give me the layout of what was going to go down
I was
today.
going to go furniture shopping
Okay.
and then just see where everything, how it rolled from there.
Took him back to the house, is that what his plan was?
If things were...
If you guys like clicked and got
yeah,
along and stuff?
Yeah, I was going to wait and see how that played out.
Okay.
So I told him we'd go furniture shopping.
Where were you going to do
And
that at?
I was doing that JPW Furniture.
Okay,
It's right in North Fort Myers here.
gotcha.
So, matter of fact, that was my plan originally today, was to go for the furniture.
Go to the furniture store?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of talked to him and figured take him
And,
with you?
Yeah, he started talking with, well, we started talking.
I'm going to turn this around real quick just so my back's facing this way. The sun's killing me.
Yeah.
And so like I said, now, in my system, when I put your name through, you had been flagged. Is there a possible that you've talked to
I've been
anyone?
flagged?
Yes, so with that could be a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Now, that phone has either A, seen underage, or spoken to somebody who's underage. One of those two. Is that
No, not me at all.
You're sure?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, that
you
is
didn't
incorrect.
you didn't have a bunch of pings. It was just your name was in the system prior to today. That's one of the reasons I'm here right now. You
not
maybe
with me.
when you on WhatsApp or on Telegram? Do you have Telegram? Do you have any of these apps?
I don't have Snap. I don't have any of the Facebook. I have none of that.
You have no apps.
No, I have no. I do have WhatsApp. That's the one.
Is
app
it possible
I have.
anybody sent you something on WhatsApp? Because if somebody sent it to your phone, it could still ping you.
It's possible somebody might have sent something to me.
Because that could be it.
Because a lot of times on Grindr, they ask you to convert over,
Yeah, of course.
and then you go to WhatsApp. So
Yep.
that could have been.
Okay, and
But
because if
I
somebody
have-
sent you something, right, and that landed on that phone, that could have been the ping right there. So
Okay.
it's not, if you know, I'm just wondering
Gotcha.
if maybe you viewed it because that could lead me in the direction of somebody else.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the only way because I don't
Okay.
maintain any other apps or anything.
So okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good. That's good to hear. So what do you think? Why do you think you made this? You went to go meet today.
This job, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm new here and I've not met any people since I've arrived. So I think that's probably the reason. I'm
can see
probably
that.
lonely and desperate to meet somebody
Okay,
and go out and do something.
right on. I mean, you're a good-looking
So
guy. You should.
That's probably the reason. Well, I wouldn't normally
Yeah.
go this direction.
Now, I'm sure you get hit up on Grindr all the time, right?
Yeah, but Grindr's creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
So,
That's
but this sounds
it's a
creepy, too.
cesspool is more what it is.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So tell me about your past. I know you said you're military. You active still?
No, I just retired.
You just retired?
We just got out.
What'd you do?
Well, I was overseas, worked in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
So I was stationed a lot in Camp Hansen and Okinawa in Japan.
Oh, really?
So I spent a lot of time overseas.
What'd you do in the military that you can speak on?
Yeah, it's
Just curious.
It's a medical administration.
Okay. So you were in for life then? I take it if you just
Yeah,
retired?
retired.
What year did you go in? 18?
No, I was a little bit older. I was about 28. when I came
28?
out. But
Okay.
I came out in 2022 is when I retired.
How long do you got to be in there to get a retirement?
20 years.
20 years. So you did 20 years.
Yeah, I did the 26 years.
26 years.
Yeah, 26.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for your service, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you don't have any boyfriends or wives or anything?
No.
No,
Single,
single
right
man?
now. Yeah.
What about kids?
One.
One kid?
He just
Oh,
died. So he was
Sorry.
killed. He was killed from drugs. So
Okay, I
he
can
was
relate to
doing
you on
drugs
that.
While I was deployed.
gotcha.
So
What year was that?
Last year.
Last year? Sorry, man. That's terrible. No one, under any circumstance, there's no one that deserves that.
I don't feel like anybody should be sorry for me with the way I'm acting with this.
Yeah, well, that's a different way to be. Nobody deserves
Yeah.
to lose their son. That's
Yeah.
my parents know that feeling.
He was 29.
My only brother died of the same thing.
Is meth, and then he switched to fentanyl.
So my brother had doctor had prescribed him methadone, and I think it was Klonopins at the same time, and he had pneumonia, and he had taken those plus drank alcohol. Didn't really think nothing of it. Doctor prescribed medication, fell asleep, never woke up. So I can understand that level with you, and I know that's not an easy thing to go through, man. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry in that aspect of your life, at least. I'm very sorry. What about your so she's your ex-wife then, his mom?
No, we were not married.
You never married?
Never married.
Okay. She's
She
up
just-
in
she
New
ended-
York then?
Yeah, she ended up getting addicted to painkillers. So she had a knee surgery that went bad,
Okay.
and then got into addicted painkillers. So her and I went our separate ways, and then I ended up taking Tanner back when he was older.
I understand.
So he started staying with me, but I didn't know while I was deployed he was doing drugs and stuff.
Opiate addiction is a terrible, terrible disease, man.
And then it was shortly after I threw him out. I threw him out of the house for drug addiction.
I understand.
And it was shortly after that he led a police chase through a couple counties.
Really?
And then died by a cop.
No shit.
So they shot him.
So he didn't overdose,
Well, not at that time, no.
but he had drugs in his system
No,
leading to the
They
chase
had
and stuff.
caught him and put him. He was looking at a 15-year sentence.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
fuck.
when he stole my pickup truck and left the house, they let him through 2 counties, and then he had a gun. He had his brother's gun, his stepbrother's gun.
So he's got a stepbrother and stuff too.
He has and a sister, stepbrother and sister.
Okay.
He pulled the gun. The cop saw the gun and shot him to death. So it's a bad image for me.
I can imagine.
That-
I don't wanna
that's
bring all that
part
up
of the
on-
reason I came here to get away from. She kind of blamed me for that, for throwing him out.
Yeah, I mean that's you know, when your kids are on or anyone's on drugs, you know, you have a parent that doesn't do drugs, military in the military. I can see why you would be want to get him out of the house, think you're going to teach him a lesson, and you know he's going to better his life. That would be the hope out of that deal. And you know sometimes things do go wrong, and they did for you. And I'm incredibly sorry about that part of your life. I really am, because I know my parents never recovered.
What does that stand for? The task force, you guys?
This is a Predator Task Force.
I gotcha.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, we go all over wherever we got to go, and police don't do
Shit
it.
out of people and
I don't
the way
hurt.
it should be.
I don't hurt nobody. I don't touch nobody. What I aim to do every time is get a genuine, honest conversation. Find out why it happened.
Document it.
How is it going to happen again? If it's going to happen again, and just try to figure out in the minds of people. Like I said, when I deal with some people that deal with straight children, and like in a terrible, terrible way, and. It's our goal and to figure out why this happens, and the police don't do enough. They never do enough. So there's not enough task force out there that are designed to protect the children. So we took it upon ourselves to start this task force, and there's a couple of us involved. And like I said, I got a boss that sees everything after we're done, and goes over the footage and decides what to do with it after the fact. So that's mainly how it goes. But yeah, I'm just really concerned that you showed up today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Concerned that you showed up today, concerned that you knew the age, concerned that you knew, with your military experience, it seems like you really definitely knew right from wrong in the situation.
Yeah.
You're not denying anything, obviously, so you knew what you did was wrong. I mean, what are the chances that this happens again?
None. 0.
0?
Yeah, I'm out. Done with that. I never have.
Yeah.
I don't even know why, other than I felt enticed a bit.
And the main thing about it is when I get the truth out of people, that's when I can really feel for them and understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I appreciate you being honest with me.
I think it was just the loneliness, and I felt enticed a bit, and I felt like I was coming this way anyway to go shopping. I would, check it out.
Yeah. Now, what about, so tell me if you guys had, say today, when you hit off well, you were going back to your house. Let's get that image all stored away.
I don't know, though. I don't know. I would have to, I guess.
I know, because you did say,
this and
you're
judge
a
it.
father type, and
Yeah, I said I'm more of a father type. I think that's my piece is Tanner,
Okay.
is going through. I kind of was just looking at enjoying the company of being with somebody.
Being with somebody else.
Yeah.
Now, you don't think
And
you
I
could have
kinda
found
was
somebody
looking
of your age, though, to be with today? If you would have, don't you think you could have found somebody of older age if you would have looked a little harder?
Like you mentioned, I think the father thing is just, it would have been so cool to be around a young person again like my son.
Okay.
So I kind of was going that direction a little bit, just saying I could hang out and relate to somebody.
But then you
little
understand the perversion of when, like rubbing dicks together
the
and
crossing the line, and
you know, because saying that type of stuff, it takes it to a complete sexual relationship.
yeah.
And you know, what was that? You know, we can. This guy outside.
Yeah.
Says we can rub our dicks together and come brains out. You know, that kind of takes it to a cycle, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that's really
obvious.
Yeah. So you probably would have went back and had intercourse today had it. Things went well and he acted mature, acted his age.
Yeah, I can't 100% say that though.
No, okay.
No, 'cause
but that was the goal
still-
of the day.
I don't think that was the goal. No, I
No?
think I had my reservations.
Okay.
So I
So
don't think that was the goal.
sexual wasn't the goal.
Well, I mean, it was
company-
on my mind, but I wanted to come and meet the person.
Okay.
The goal was to meet him.
Meet
you know,
him.
and see where things were. He did a complete autocorrection coming off of Grindr and into What's Up with a confession of age.
Yeah.
And I thought everybody was 18.
Right.
You know, so I had regards and thoughts right there that this could be Sting, could be something. But then I guess I was driven by Tanner to come out and check it out.
Okay. I
So
understand.
that's the honest truth right there of what it, because I knew that staying in a room or places where I thought were protected
right.
for ages.
Yeah.
And then when he came back and said, "Did you turn me in or something?"
Yeah.
You know, that kind of comforted me a little.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, okay, he's reassuring me that this is not
Right.
something weird or something.
I don't run the decoy. Someone
Yeah.
else runs decoy, so I'm not, that's why I'm reading this to you because like
Yeah,
most of this I didn't have time to read through all of this. I just got said, go to Walmart, go to Fort Myers. That's where I went. So
Yeah. So that was kind of the 18 is what I was looking toward.
okay,
And then it switched halfway through our conversation.
okay,
And then I didn't know. So I thought, well, I got nothing better on my way through to go furniture shopping. Even in my car, I got the furniture sheets in the back of my car.
no, I believe that's what you're
I
gonna
would
do.
stop and check this out and see what it is.
Yeah, I believe that's what you're gonna do. I totally understand that. No, what did you say? You know, you said I'm standing in my underwear, putting dishes away. Wish you were standing next to me. So I mean, this is where it's like kind of like a sexual thing to me. So I'm reading this as it was a sexual.
I'm not denying any of that.
It was a sex thing,
Anything that was
and he did
written
come
there.
across with age right away when you switch platforms.
After platforms.
Yes, you can. If they give it to you on the original platform, they'll get banned and shut off the app so quick because AI picks all that shit up. So the only way to actually like give someone your age is actually to switch platforms, give them your age. I'll just tell you that right now because what you don't want to do, but. I believe that this could be just like a one-off for you, but I also am concerned because you know he did say a lot of he didn't really talk sex, but you did, and it seems like the goal of today would have been sex in the end.
Well, that's only because he was bringing up the condoms and everything else.
That was at the end. Yes, that was at the
Yeah.
end. I mean, like the beginning where you guys said talk about stuff, like right,
Well, we were talking about hanging out and
Yeah.
going shopping.
and just seeing where it led.
Yeah, I think you're steering it straight to only sex. And I was going for furniture and shopping.
Okay.
And when he said he was looking to hang out for the day, I was like, dude, if we go hang, that's fine.
Okay.
So that's where I was at with this.
Okay. So
I
you're
wasn't.
saying.
I won't deny what I had said.
Yeah.
But that's where this was.
Okay, because I think there was. So what I'm getting is that your goal today was to meet and hang out, see how things went.
Yes.
But sexual intercourse was on the table. Had everything gone good?
I can't say that. No.
Can't say that.
No.
Okay.
And I won't say that. I don't think that's really true.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Because why would you go through the hassle of coming and meeting up with them? Because Grindr's where you started. Grindr's a hookup app,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's why I told you I was going to come and check it out and see. I almost wasn't even. I was almost in like denial of the age.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
'cause
that's
I
understandable.
was kind of looking at and hoping that he was.
Older.
And yeah, and I remembered one thing is you can always ask for ID.
Yeah. Did you? You
So
didn't
I
ask
thought-
for ID?
I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
when-
listening.
When I met him, because I wanted to verify everything.
Make sure it's 1X too.
I just wanted to verify everything with him and just meet up, see where this was going to go.
Okay.
Like my son with Tanner, and I think that was the stage I would get to, is just be looking at that. And I think that was my reservation.
Okay.
Right there is the age. So maybe the shopping, stuff like that, but no, I can't go so far as what you're trying to tell
So
me.
have you had boyfriends in the past? Are you're bisexual, I take it?
Yeah, more bisexual.
And you've had boyfriends in the past, so they usually like geared toward younger age? Like when was your last boyfriend's age?
29.
29? Okay. He seemed like a younger person?
Yeah.
So that's just what you're into is younger people, but you're trying to keep it above adult age.
Yeah.
Is that that's the goal with it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like admitting to all that.
Okay, I get
So
it.
I'm very open booked on everything.
Yeah.
I feel a little cornered, and that's kind of putting defenses out.
I can understand why you feel that way.
Rifling just XXX.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I think
because I don't want to be here all day, and so
Yeah,
if I get the total truth, honesty, and then where we may have a common ground of understanding, and I can say, okay, this ain't gonna happen again, I can move on to my next guy. If I'm worried that this is gonna happen again.
This is not going to happen again. And
Okay.
no, I don't believe that straight out the hookup was only a hookup sex thing.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't have gone to the furniture store. I wouldn't have said all those other things.
No, I can see why
It
you'd
would have
want
been, let me
it.
pick you up, bring you back to my house.
And trust me, I have that. I have that happen all the time, right? So I can see why it would be like a let's hang out today, see where it goes type of thing.
Yeah.
And I can understand that.
And then everything that was said
But
was
you-
another enticement to come back towards sex.
Yeah.
So
Well, of course, because our job is to do that,
Yeah,
right?
so-
But we didn't talk sexual. We didn't talk sexual at all, did we? Did our decoys talk sexual to you? Or did he just ask questions? Like, I know I read at the end, he asked if you were clean. He asked if you had HIV or clean. Did he ask that question? And then he
Yeah.
asked if you had condoms?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
those
he
type
said
of
that
questions.
he was curious and wanted to learn.
Okay, yeah, so we didn't really push the sexual narrative. But we are, again, the reason we're out here is to find out who is going to hook up with kids, right?
Yeah.
That's our goal. That's our mission, right?
Yeah.
So of course we will lean in a little bit, but we don't lean in like, hey, let's go hook up right now, or hey, let's have sex right now. It's more of beat around the bush questions to try and get an answer, you know what I mean? And see if they let you guys lead the conversation and let you guys lead to where it's going to end up ultimately. That's what we do. So I mean, what do you think? I don't know. So how? Here, let's go over here. I don't want nobody else to hear any of this. Again, I try to have respect for you guys, and respect your privacy. Respect. There's groups like me out there that are not by the book. They don't come out. They come out here. They embarrass the hell out of people. They assault people. We don't do none of that. We're just out here to find the facts, right? So, which car was yours?
I'm down here. I've got it's a SUV.
The Range Rover?
Yeah.
That's your Range Rover? That's a nice ass vehicle.
I think so.
Think so? Is that the color of your car?
Yeah.
That's a nice car. And that's why I'm trying to buy one of those myself, actually.
But no, I think I see exactly where you're coming from and everything, but no, I can't tell you that was the main goal and all that. But I guess I wanted to just check this out in a public location. That's why, when he mentioned the public location, I was like, let's meet. I would have gone for ID.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure of that. Or I could have kept things platonic enough to go out and look for furniture. And I admit we could let things roll and see what would happen, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of unknowns there.
Which the facts, though, that you did know he was 15, right? And you did know he's his age.
Not initially.
You did, though, before you came today.
Not initially. It was Grindr.
Yep.
So I was assuming he was, of age.
On Grindr. But,
yeah.
but
and
what
then
on
when he came
what?
over, and then he started saying things about his family going to the Everglades and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started to question and get a little nervous about the whole situation.
What made you nervous about that part? That seems like a normal
because
response.
He's starting to talk like an underage person.
Yeah, because he was.
Because he's got family and stuff that are leaving out of town. And
But he had told you he was 15 before that part.
That's why I offered to go shopping with him.
Okay. And he said he's leaving for the summer.
Yep.
You did ask him, you have anything sexy after the age,
Yeah.
right? You said,
Yeah, I was trying to verify his age at that point. And just say, hey,
You realize
send me
that
any
if-
pictures or anything?
and you realize though, if knowing his age, and then if you ask for that, and then if say this is a real person, and they send you in or something, now you have CP on your phone, and you can't get rid of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a very serious,
Okay.
very serious.
Yeah, all this, I'm kind of oblivious to a lot because I just moved back from Japan.
Okay.
And I went to Buffalo.
Okay.
So being out of the loop on that, I don't maintain any sites, so I don't have. I think he said he wanted to talk on Snap. He wanted to talk on.
Yeah,
other
he did
platforms.
ask. Yeah, I think he said
And-
Snap or WhatsApp.
And no, I offered WhatsApp.
Did you have-
Because,
okay.
yeah, I didn't have Snap, and I don't have Facebook. I don't have LinkedIn or any of those.
Okay.
So that's
a-
why when you said my name was flagged, I was like, oh my God, it's like I don't really go to any place.
Like I said, that could have been somebody messaging you something.
It had to be because I don't go anywhere. I mean, I have Grindr
Okay.
and I have WhatsApp, but the majority of my WhatsApp are people from overseas.
Oh, is it
you know,
really?
that I talk with because it's cheap.
Do you know anybody that you don't know over there? Or that you've hooked up with or
From over there?
No, I'm not saying overseas. I'm just saying, is there anybody in those contexts that
Yes,
maybe you're not
I've had-
very familiar with?
I've
that,
had a bunch, but they're all of age, but like Chinese,
yeah.
wanting currency,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to hook up for money.
Okay.
So I've had that a lot.
Tell me
They
about
come in
that.
and-
So because I'm trying to understand
Yeah,
where the ping came from.
What they do is they do what do you guys call this? The Bitcoin.
Okay. Yeah.
So somebody would come along and then what they're commonly doing is saying, if you will send me money up front, because I need an Uber to come and meet you or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So send me Bitcoin or Uber or Apple Pay or something like that
Gotcha.
up front because they can't afford to come and meet you.
Okay.
And then you'd send them the money, and I did that twice as a dumbass.
Okay.
And
Where's that hookups in Japan?
That was no, that was here. But people from later found out they're from Asia.
Ah,
that
you thought they
they're-
were here though.
Yeah, they said they were.
They were sending fake pictures and
So
stuff.
they were sending pictures, stuff like that. So they would immediately come off Grindr and go to WhatsApp,
Gotcha.
but then want to hook up, and they could be 30 years old. A lot of them are like 30, 28 years old,
Right.
stuff like that. But then after I sent the money, or I did the coin,
Yeah.
the Bitcoin,
Yeah.
they never showed that, and then I'd write back and say what's going on, and they'd call me a dumbass or something like that.
Really.
Yeah, so that happens a lot, especially on Grindr, and you get a lot of people who are offering money, wanting money.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not offering, but wanting money.
On
And
Grindr.
I started to fall into that realm a little bit.
Okay.
So I was
So
starting to
maybe you got contacts from that time.
Yeah, well, I started searching, and people would pop up on Grindr saying, well, you know, if you want a blowjob, it'd be like 60 or 75 bucks, but they wanted $30 up front, and you do it by
Bitcoin.
Cash App or
Cash App.
yeah, something that's electronic. And that was my first. After my second taking, I said, well, we could do cash or something, and none of them will take cash. That's
No,
my
'cause they're-
red flag.
Because they want
So it's
to
like
take your money.
Yeah. So I was admitting I was trying to find some of that, but I got burned.
That was down here or up north?
Here.
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 So how is these people everywhere then? Here.
Here mostly. I didn't get that back in New York much.
no
but
shit.
Here a lot. Yeah. They're doing a lot of offers for money.
Really.
Yeah. And I can say a lot of them are right in the 18 to 25-year-old category. They're often extremely good looking.
Yeah, of
what
course.
I would consider out of my category, out of my league,
Right.
you know, of what I would think.
Yeah.
But they immediately want money
Right.
to hook up, to meet up.
And then they just
like
take
an
it.
escort.
Right.
Like an escort service. It's exactly what it is.
And then they just take
It's
it.
an illegal escort service.
But you were kind of believing it because it was an escort service. You were thinking, so
Yeah,
you're like,
well-
even if they're out of my league, it's a service they're providing.
Well, it's not the service. It's the part of like the I understood the Uber rides.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You got to
I
pay to get
felt-
to my house. I don't want to
yeah,
get.
I was like, you know, hey, if we want to meet or have a date or do something, I'll pay to have you come over.
Right.
And they're like, well, I live in Naples. I said, where the hell's Naples? I don't know. I'm
Right.
new here.
It's down
So,
south.
so it cost me $50 to have somebody Uber up, and then I never hear from them again.
Of course. Yeah,
So I
it's-
get ripped off for the $50.
Those scams are crazy. Yeah, we
So-
don't screw people on their money
There's a lot of that. I got hit with that twice.
twice.
You know, twice. They were both legal. Well, as far as I knew, just you know, like the Grindr.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
so again, could have been some of those contacts possibly that have sent you some stuff since then. I'm trying to
Yeah,
find out
yeah.
who sent you something to your phone. I don't even need to know the exact person unless you know, but it just helps me figure out how that ping got on your phone.
Yeah. It had to be on that, on Grindr over to WhatsApp, same as this today,
Okay.
but not somebody underage.
Right, but that's where the ping would have came from.
That's where the ping would have
Yes,
come from.
yep.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with
Unless
that.
somebody, like, either somebody could have sent, typically it's you're talking to somebody underage and they've told you in that number, ping the system, okay? The other one is that you've looked up, which in Florida is very difficult, you gotta prove your age and all that shit to watch even porn in Florida, but like, looked up either children's porn or teenage porn or something like that.
It would have been that, because I don't do that.
Okay, and then
So
the
it
other
had
thing
to be
was
the one where they
somebody
would come-
sending you stuff. Now,
Yeah.
have you watched any of the videos that have been sent to you?
Oh yeah, when they send stuff to me.
And have you seen underage on there? That you may have been,
Well,
that might be underage.
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
Not
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Because that's where the ping,
Because-
that's where I'm starting to believe the ping came
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but
Okay.
I can't tell you I knew that.
from. Okay, so
You're
is
asking
there
if I knew
anything
that.
on that phone?
No.
Is
No,
there
there's
any
nothing.
videos of underage, any pictures of underage?
No.
Nothing at all? You
No.
didn't save Jackson's picture, nothing
No,
like that?
no.
Okay.
No, not at all. No, I don't even do that. So,
No, I'm just checking all my bases here.
yeah, I'd be even easy to
So
show
where
you.
you?
I mean, all my pictures are all my family and everything.
Yeah.
I don't keep anything,
Okay,
of any kids. Nothing is in my phone of anything like that.
that's good. That's really good. I'm glad to hear
that's my
that.
entire library.
So you got to understand, a lot of these guys I'll come and meet, they
Yeah.
would never show me pictures on their phone because it's nothing but terrible things.
Oh, Yeah. So I could tell you 100% you're not going to find one person on there, on my phone in my library. And these are the last 50 days, because this has all my fishing, everything on here.
Where do you fish at?
My dock.
Your dock? Nice.
Yeah, that's my dock right there.
So you live right on a canal in Cape Coral then?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the dock right there.
That's a beautiful home. That
Yeah.
looks exactly like the place they put us up in, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So this is everything on my phone.
Whereabouts are you located? Are you on
in Cape? It's over in the terraces area.
terraces?
So
area?
it's the northeast terraced area.
Okay.
of
Is
Cape
it?
Coral. So it's closer to the Gulf.
Gotcha.
So going out to it's like.
It's hard to know in here because if you look at a map, it's just like canals everywhere.
This is more freshwater area. That's more saltwater. So it's right
Oh.
next to the Caloosahatchee,
Gotcha.
which goes into the Gulf.
Okay.
But yeah,
So you catch some good stuff out of there?
Yeah, I would 100% guarantee you're not going to find any.
No, that's good. That's good.
Young porn or anything. Matter of fact, I don't even keep male porn because I'm afraid of my military associates.
It's good.
So I
It's
don't
good.
keep any of that.
That
But
did that bother you today with your military
Oh,
experience?
yes.
Like what could happen because of this?
Oh yes, yeah. When I saw you, I mean, I had a heart attack.
Did you?
Yeah, I died because I assumed when I looked at your shirt, I was just thinking police, undercover police.
No, I'm not police.
And so I 100%. You scared me straight, but this is not something that I would normally even do.
Yeah.
I think it just. I won't even say that. My son. I just wanted a day out with somebody that reminded me of Tanner.
Okay. Yeah.
So. that
I
was
can
it.
respect that part of it. You just got to remember that if that's what you're looking for, then you just keep looking until you find an 18, 20-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
just.
that's
Well, but I don't know necessarily.
for me personally. I feel like the consent is. I don't know what it is in Florida. Is it 16? Because in Michigan it's 16, right? And I just know that one because I looked it up yesterday. But wherever the consent law is, I feel like that law is bullshit because at 15, 16, typically 17, 18, especially males, your mind isn't really developed there yet. Like to understand what the consequences are going to be of the choices that you're going to make at that time. So when a 16-year-old consents to having sex with a 40 or 50-year-old, right?
Yeah.
That is lifelong damage to that person. It could be. Now everybody
what
deals with
scares me.
trauma so much differently, right? But there's so many cases of 16, 16, 17-year-olds that have these relationships with these older men or older women. Don't get me wrong, we got a woman we're going to get very soon. It happens on both sides. And they have these relationships and it's lifelong trauma that leads to drug use and overdoses and deaths or depression and anxiety. And these things are just ridden with these people that have had these sexual relationships at a young age. And that's really what prompted us in the beginning because of how many
Protect
people.
these people.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
100%.
these guys
And
are.
I have 100% have a lot of remorse for that and sorrow for that. So I'm very.
I mean, outside of this situation right here, it seems like
I will
you're a
never,
stand-up guy,
ever
man.
do that.
You know, with the military experience, you can't really make it 26 years, is it, in the
26
military?
years.
unless you're I imagine unless you're walking a pretty straight line, I would imagine. I can't say that for sure because I haven't been in the military, but
Yeah.
you know, I imagine they have you abide by a lot of stuff, and especially trusting you with overseas work and everything else, they probably expect a certain personality type out of you, right?
Yeah.
So, and did you, have you had these relationships with younger people overseas? Because is it legal over there?
No.
It's not legal over there?
No.
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 Okay.
No, as a matter of fact, it's very frowned upon.
Is it?
And you have to understand the environment. I'm around my military friends and everything.
Right.
Here, I'm retired and alone.
Did they know you were bi, or they just thought you had a wife, or how?
No, they didn't know any of that.
No.
You know, they knew I had a son that I was previously
Yeah.
divorced and married.
Okay.
So none of this was known.
Right.
So now I'm retired, a year's gone by, Tanner passed.
Yeah.
I'm out here and I was lonely. So I was just trying to find something, and I'm kind of done with the women's side. I've gone that route.
Have you had a better experience with women?
Yeah, I had a better experience with a guy.
Okay.
And
Drama-wise or sexual-wise?
drama.
Drama.
Oh yeah, and not just drama, pocketbook. Took me for everything.
No way.
So it's just, you know.
This was not your. This wasn't the mom of your son. This is another woman.
No, this was the mom.
This is the mom.
Yeah, she took me for
Because of the
for
addiction?
money and, yeah. Well, this was before her addiction.
Really?
We divorced before that.
And then I
And then
imagine
she
it
had
just got
surgeries
worse
and
after that.
everything.
Huh?
She ended up with a paid-off house and everything, so I was jaded, and I just kind of gave up on women. you
Yeah.
know, And I started, hanging out with.
So
guys.
it's her kids that are the stepbrother and stepsister of your son,
Tanner's stepbrother.
and you have no other
stepsister.
kid, real kid,
No.
like actual kids,
No, just Mariah and Tyson.
and they're steps.
They're steps. They're half.
How old are they?
Mariah's 23, and Tyson is got to be 30 now. He's a couple years older than Tanner.
And with your military background in those years, I can imagine what the answer is, but I gotta ask, especially with the people I see every day, did those kids ever experience anything from this type of any sexual exploitation
no,
or?
But the drug side,
Yeah.
100%. Mariah was raped, but by an adult man. I mean, not underage. So
When she was underage?
no, she was of age.
Okay, it don't matter.
Yeah,
It's
she
still
was of
terrible.
age, and then, but she now has 4 children, and she's the best one in that family.
Yes, sir.
But Tyson's fucked up. Tyson's got a lot of drugs and issues.
Just having them today.
Well, I think Tyson's the one who got Tanner into it, so I'm jaded on that too.
I can't imagine how bad that messed him up too, losing his brother,
Yeah.
especially with
Well,
his gun
he
and.
got him into it and that. So, in a way, he's the one who was dealing, and he was robbing houses and doing stuff like that to get his meth addiction.
Okay.
Got Tanner involved with that,
Yeah.
and then while I was away, Tanner admitted everything to me.
Did he?
You know, so
Yeah. So, the facts of this are, right? You knew he was 15. You knew there could have been sexual, but your goal of the day was to come hang out, see how things went.
yeah, hang out, see how things went. Yeah.
But sex wasn't off the table, obviously, because of the messages.
Yeah, I can't not admit that. You know, I just, but I also.
And you were telling the truth when you told him you were clean and stuff?
Yes.
And if there was sexual intercourse, you would have used protection?
Pardon me?
If there was intercourse, you would have used protection?
I don't know as if I would have with him.
Okay.
So, but yes, whenever I have had intercourse, I've used protection.
Okay. Because I know that was brought up in the messages.
Yeah, I've always done that. I've always been, because I'm scared to death of every disease out there.
Yeah, as anyone should be. It's,
Yeah, so
everybody should be protected no matter what.
I
you
am
know?
tested. I want to remain clean and healthy.
Of course.
But, yeah,
Yeah, dealing with somebody that young, I'm sure that wouldn't be an issue for you.
well. it's-
Now that car, you
it's
said
not
said it was
something
the Range
I wanna
Rover.
Think about.
Is that what you drive as a Range Rover?
I do.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's all right. Now, what would you So who do you have close to you now, family-wise?
I have a brother with cancer. That's it.
A brother with cancer.
I lost my parents last year, so just my one brother.
He's
And he's back in
New York.
Yeah, he's got.
Do you have any close friends, or do you have anyone down here?
I have an aunt that's in Titusville.
You have an aunt?
Yeah, she's in Titusville.
Are you close to her?
Yes. I went up and watched the Artemis launch with
Okay.
her.
Now, what would she think about all this?
Oh my God, she'd be so ashamed. She's a retired nun.
None.
Catholic nun. So I mean, I don't even know if I could even face her.
So the one thing I need to know now before I wrap this up is that there's someone in your life that can hold you responsible and know this happened.
Oh God.
I know it's a tough one. It sucks for me too. I don't want to do this either, but it's a job.
You mean you have to call her?
I don't have to call her. I want you to call her, and I want to hear it happen.
Yeah.
You're retired, so you don't have a job to call. You know, I don't think that calling the military would do much good because you're retired. You're already out of there. So you find someone close to you, pick that person, we call that person. I don't really need to say anything. As long as I hear you telling what you were here for, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. You mean you want me to call them now?
Yeah.
My aunt?
Or your brother. But if he's in cancer in the hospital, I don't really want to disturb him with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got to be somebody that I hear that knows that, and so when I leave here, I know there's someone in your personal life that knows this happened. That way, they can hold you to some sort of responsibility. When I leave here today, there's no coming back. I'm gone. Mm-hmm. And so, do I believe this is a one-off? I do have a good feeling of that. But at the same time, I got to know that someone knows. And I didn't know if your son, maybe your stepson, maybe he'd be better to call.
I could try.
Whoever you think would be the best option to call. And I know it's pretty, to think about the responsibility factor, right, of meeting someone underage. It can be a massive implications on your life.
Yeah.
So if we're just telling somebody, that's a far better alternative than any of the alternatives, right? Especially of meeting up with the kid today. Especially if things went well and sexual intercourse did happen, right? That kid, you might not see him again, and you might be gone forever. And then guess what? That kid, he might have no problems, or he might be messed up for life. And so, that's why we got to make sure that we're taking the responsibility here.
I'll give her a call.
And just put it on speaker so I can hear it. Just made a mistake. Came to meet up with somebody underage. That's it.
This is HBW.
Yeah, I'm not getting an answer.
Do you know what time that pizza's supposed to be there?
This is HBW.
They're not in, and I can't call my brother. So
Who can we call?
I don't have anybody. I'm kind of alone in the world.
You don't have a friend or a neighbor or...
No, I don't. I'm new to the area.
What about military friends? Sure we got some friends in there. Never heard that ringtone before. What'd they say? What'd they say? The pizza's coming though, right? I'm starving, dude. I'm not eating all day.
Telephone number 4.
Not answering. That's all I got in my life, man.
Gotta talk to somebody.
He's calling back.
Huh.
Hey, do you have a second? Hang on, let me put you on speaker. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, I was just at Walmart and tried to meet up with a underage person, and I got caught by a task force team. And I'm really sorry.
What did you say? Coming in?
What's that?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I just got caught by a task force team.
By tax force team?
Yeah, because the person was underaged.
Just tell them what you came to meet up for.
And we came to meet up. I was going to take him furniture shopping. I don't want to admit to that. I don't think that sex in the play until after I met him.
But you guys talked about it.
But we talked, and I'm sitting here with a task force member. I know. Well, hang on. I'm really sorry, Gary. So I'll have to call you back and explain everything. So I do have the task force guy, Gary.
Who's Gary?
Ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend of yours?
Yeah.
And where does he live at?
So he's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to talk to him again, though?
Yeah. I'm going to have to call him back because he's going to be pissed.
And he's actually going to hold you to a responsible for this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What about anybody else in your personal life? This is how long were you with him for?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years? When did you guys break up?
Last year.
Last year? You guys have been friends still?
Yeah, he's on the phone still. So, hey, Gary, I'm going to have to call you back because I'm shaking.
Here, let me see. Is he there? Hi, Gary? Can you hear me, Gary? He hung up.
He's not going to want to talk to you.
He looks like a young guy.
Gary?
Yeah.
No, he's probably about 40.
That he's 40? He's Japanese?
Yeah, he's Asian, Japanese.
And he lives in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You show me another picture of him?
I don't have another. I'm just on his
Just pull his phone call back up.
Shit, close him up.
That's a 40-year-old?
Yes.
Why? Man, these Japanese people got great skin or something. I mean, he looks young, dude. For 40. Did you meet him overseas?
Yes.
Is he in the military?
Not anymore.
He was,
But
though?
Was
Was U.S. military?
Not the U.S. military. No,
Japanese military?
Japanese. He's actually JP, so he's Japanese police.
Japanese police.
So I'm not liking this. And I don't want to go further with this. I got to stop it. You're putting me in a really bad situation there.
Do you understand the situation you
yes,
showed
I
up
do,
to?
and
today?
I'm done. You know, it's enough. So I'm done.
Well, listen.
It's very upsetting for me now.
Well, I understand that, sir, but you got to understand you did show up here.
You're making me do things that are really weird, so I'm done.
I just had you call a family member to tell him what you did today. Oh, Gary, if you walk away, I'll just turn everything over to the police, and then you'll have to deal with them.
You're making me do fucked up shit.
Call a family member and tell them?
Yes.
You want to call the police instead?
I've got to deal with this now.
Did you not think you would have to deal with anything from this?
Yeah, all right. Well, what do you want from me now? You're fucking putting me through a lot of shit.
What
do you want more from me?
What did I put you through?
This.
Is that a lot of shit?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be worse if we called the police?
All right, are you done humiliating me?
I've been having a very genuine conversation with you. I haven't humiliated one time.
Yes, you have, right there. You made me call a family member and admit something.
Of course I did. That's the only way that I know that you would have responsibility when you leave here.
What else are we going to do here?
I just want to have a conversation, make sure that we're done talking about everything. That's all. But you're getting upset now, so I just want to calm things down.
I'm very upset.
Well, do you expect
Because now I'm really fucked.
He lives in Oklahoma, right? Or is that not true?
It is. I don't want to answer any more of your questions. Because they're all very leading questions and everything.
I haven't led anything. I've only asked you and let you tell your side of the story.
But you keep asking me, like, wouldn't you, didn't you, wouldn't you, and that.
I don't have to ask those questions.
I'm sorry for all of this. It's never going to happen again. I'm done.
Well, I want to believe that, Gary. Or not Gary. What's your name? Ron? Mark?
Yeah.
What's your last name, Mark?
I'm not giving that.
Mark, I need to know exactly who you are before you leave.
I'm not giving that.
The only thing, then I would turn this over to the police and they'll find you. I need to know exactly. I need to know your first and last name and your address. I need to know that. If I don't find that out, then I'll just let the police handle it. And that's non-negotiable with me. That I'll tell you right now, that's non-negotiable. I have to know exactly who you are, first and last name, or everything goes right to the police. And my boss will not take anything less. It doesn't matter how good of a connection we had. It doesn't matter if I believe you or not. My boss labels you guys a certain way immediately, and if I don't have that information, he ain't gonna, for 1 second, he's not gonna give no breaks. I will promise you that.
Just don't understand all that.
Just show me a picture of your ID, and then I'll know who you are, and then if I have any further questions, I'll call you.
Oh, you jeopardize my military everything, my retirement, everything.
You don't
It
think
would all
that-
be taken from me.
Listen,
All this right now, anything I give up would be taken away from me.
let me just put it to you bluntly, okay? My information goes public. I'll have all your information within the hour, okay? So if you give it to me, we don't have to go that route, okay?
What else? Finish the line with me right now.
I need your ID. I need to take a picture of your ID. So I have your first and last name, and I have all your information. If I don't, I can put this up online, and within the hour, my private investigating team will have all your information, and it'll go right to the police.
And then what do you do with my information?
I store it all. And then all these videos are analyzed, and we try to figure out what the fuck, how this shit keeps happening all over the country.
You store this, or you take it to the police, where I'm arrested an hour later.
Are the police here?
I mean, if I'm going to be arrested, I'd rather just get arrested.
Are the police here?
I think
You're not going to get arrested unless I call them.
Get arrested now than to play the game.
I'm not. Okay, I'm going to tell you this again. Okay.
And arrest me in an hour.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Okay. If the police were here, the police would have been here already. Okay. Police aren't coming.
I don't know. It's just.
Listen, I'm going. If you don't give me.
You have no idea.
If you don't give me your first and last name and you show me a picture ID, the footage is going to go public. The whole nation's going to find out within hours.
There's nobody in this fucking nation who fucking appreciates who I am.
You're not. But
I have nobody left.
Do you want to be mocked, or do you want to just give me your ID?
I don't give a fuck what people think. I don't have nothing in this life.
You're worried about your military experience, right? Because I'm not going that.
Retirement and everything.
I'm not going that route. I'm not. Okay. I told you I have real monsters to deal with that really hurt these children. That I have to go deal with. You want to wrap this up? I'm getting to the end right now. And right at the end, I have to have a picture of your ID. I have to have your address. If I have those things, we can wrap this up, and you can go your separate ways.
You can go public with all this. It's all right. I can be arrested. I'm done. You guys can call the police now, and I can get arrested because I'm done.
Is that what you want me to do?
If you want to.
Rather than just give me your ID and let this be done.
Because I can't do all that and then have them come at my house.
They're not going to
do all this.
Okay, let me tell you one more time so you can listen, Mark. Listen. You give me your ID. I am not going to the police, okay?
Psych!
I'm not. They're not going to come to your house.
I have no guarantee of that. No more than you tricked me here.
I didn't trick you, I didn't trick you at all, okay? I didn't trick you at all.
Yes, this was. It was a whole setup. So it was a setup to nail somebody who's
trying to molest children.
So.
And if you are not that person, which we've had a conversation, I told you multiple times, I believe you, I understand where you're coming from, that I don't think that you were going to hurt this child. So knowing all those things, I'm telling you right now, my boss is going to shove your paper to the side and keep moving down the line. You acting like this right now? Yes, I can tell you right now, you leave here with no ID, you leave, just take off out of here, your shit's going to go public, they're going to have your information, and the police are going to come to your house, okay? That's me being blunt and honest with you. You give me your ID now, we finish this conversation, we are done. We're done. No police at your house, none of that bullshit. I'm being blunt and honest with you right now, okay? That's the truth. You're getting defensive because you had to call someone in your life. I understand that was painful, okay? I get it.
Yeah, I don't like fucking playing games like that.
I don't play games.
Yeah, that is, it's not a game, but that's a humiliation.
I'm not here to humiliate you. All I wanted is somebody to hold you responsible. That's all. That's it.
Well, you've done that.
All right, let me see. I can't get a picture of this. No, hold on.
Got him.
Can you see it on my phone?
No, I can't.
I think we're good. Let me check. Let's just check.
Now the cops can show up in my house in an hour.
No, that's not. No, Mark. No, that's not how I operate. If the police were going to be here, they would already been here. If you were a true danger to children, okay, the police would have already been here. That's the truth. Okay. Were you lying to me about the car? It's your real car? Okay. Range Rover? Damn, they give you a nice pension or something? Those are very nice. So, you have no more active duty to do. You're completely done.
This just jeopardizes everything I have done.
Now, you understand the choice that you made. Now, you could have shown up at a real police sting. They do these all the time. And then you would have been swarmed by police, and they hunt you down and they ruin your whole life. Okay, I'm not like that, man. I'm just out here trying to get conversation, trying to make sure that this isn't going to happen again. If I think you're a true danger, I have to wear vests because some of these guys are fucking crazy. Okay, they're truly are nuts, and they're going to truly hurt his children. Kidnap, human trafficking is a real thing. I'm not sure if you're really aware with that whole situation, but it really is. So when I didn't know you today, for all I know is this guy's ex-military. He could be working cartel, anything, and he could be coming to adopt this child today. That's in the thoughts in my head when I'm thinking today. Okay, I'm not labeling you as maybe he's a real nice guy and this is a one-off. No, I'm labeling you as a fucking monster.
You're raising your voice.
Well, you raised your voice to me and you got me a little upset. Okay, I'm not upset with you. I'm just tensed out. Okay,
You made me call family and everything.
That's a part of our requirements. The police don't make you call people, but they just put you in jail and they fucking arrest you and they strip you of everything and your life is ruined. Okay, so it's a pretty fair trade-off in my opinion.
Yeah, ruined a lot.
Now, the only other question I have for you is if you're afraid, if you're worried that my boss would turn this over to the police, do you want to go to the police station with us and then talk to them and tell them what you did? Because I tell you what, there's a very good chance that you go in there and say, hey, I did this today. I met up with a teen. I tried to meet a 15-year-old. It was a decoy. It wasn't a real person. Chances are they might say, we don't want nothing to do with that. Now that's very possible, okay?
I thought you said my ID and we're done.
I'm telling you right now, you're worried about the police coming to your home, okay? What I'm telling you is my boss is going to review all this. And if he thinks you are a threat to a child, of course, he's going to turn you over to the police. But the conversation we've had today, I truly don't feel that way. And that's the remarks I'm going to leave with him, okay? If you're worried that the police are going to show up at your house and you don't want to avoid that situation.
Oh, listen, I appreciate that. I do appreciate your saying that. You know, I'm not looking for any trouble at all. It just very much upset me to call my family. You know, so one person that I know I could trust or that would answer the phone.
I understand that. I get it. No,
it's very upsetting.
the only.
I understand, but I just don't want to be.
If you go, what I tell you right now, because I've been doing this a very long time. Okay, when the sexual conversation is not very wrenching in sex, okay, because that's how a lot of people are. They'll talk so much sexual shit. After hearing the age, they just keep going. That's a very highly sex intent. Okay, typically you're fucked. You're gonna get fucked. Okay, you didn't really have that. There's not really a whole lot of intent there, okay? It was maybe in the beginning, not a whole lot of intent towards the meetup, okay? So what you could very well do is we could go down to the station and you could tell them what you've done and you very well might end that right there and they won't come showing up at your house. Now it's if you want to do that, I'm willing to go down there with you.
I'm totally ashamed and embarrassed.
Well, I mean, that's fine. That's understandable completely from your side of it. But if you want to avoid a later police presence, that's what I would suggest that you do. I've been doing this a long time, and it's possible that a later police presence, in your case, maybe nothing. But if you go to them now and you say, this is what happened today, it's very likely that they will just, he showed up here, he had remorse, we're not dealing with this, off the table. Do you want to do that?
No, I'll think about that.
Okay, well, I have got to travel to North Florida tonight. So I don't have much time here left.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that now.
You're not going to do that now? Okay, that would avoid bringing them to your home, though.
No.
Are you close to your neighbors and stuff? No. You're not close to your neighbors?
I just told you I moved here.
Yeah, well, that could have been 6 months ago, last month, last week. I don't know. When did you move here?
I bought the house in December, and I just started moving in the last 3 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, you see.
I've been back and forth, going back and forth and settling the house. My truck alive.
Do you still have a house in New York?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you actually watch hockey, or are you just saying that?
Are you what?
I said, do you actually watch hockey, or are you just saying that?
No, the Sabres are my team.
You like them?
Yeah, the Bills are my team.
So you got to be excited they're going to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
It's very exciting in the hockey world. Guess what? I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan, so you can imagine my heart's crushed right now.
We're guarded after Buffalo and the Bills. They made it to the Super Bowl and didn't pull it through.
Yep, Sabres have a good chance.
Sabres are strong, so
I hope they win. I hope they win. I'm not even going to lie to you on that. I really hope they do. And if you can imagine, I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan. We haven't seen the playoffs in almost a decade now, and we've lost every game in the last week. So chances of us going, not looking good. So it's very unfortunate to be a Red Wings fan right now. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about before you go, explain to me how this. When you retired from the military, right? That was what, 2022?
22.
Is there anything else you have to do with them? Or are you just completely retired?
What do you mean?
Like, do you have are you on active duty? Is it possible you get called back to war?
No, you can get called back, but you can jeopardize your retirement by any kind of felonies or...
Oh, of course. I'm not talking about that. I'm just asking, like, do you have any more duty to serve?
It's possible, yes.
It's possible?
Because of what's going on with Iran right now.
Yeah, that's what I was at. That's why I was kind of curious.
They've called and put us on notice.
Have they?
Because we were recently retired, so there's a possibility they call us back.
Okay.
But it depends on the state of the nation and what they need.
Right. Can you tell me what is going on over there?
In Iraq?
Yeah.
Iran? It was supposed to be very similar to a change in leadership that they
Okay.
wanted, just like they did with Venezuela.
Because you're the only person that can really tell me this type of shit, and I'm
Countries.
very curious.
Yeah. So they were looking for regime change.
Okay.
That's what they want.
And what happened?
The Iranian people are wonderful people, but the regime they don't agree with.
The government,
So
you're
the
saying?
the Ayatollah
Now, the government's the
Khomeini-
one that has all the issues. They
Yeah.
don't they behead and against the
Yeah.
children and women.
women and everything.
That's a religion as a whole, or just the
Uneducated.
government?
That's the religious beliefs, that they're uneducated. They keep them uneducated, the women. So,
They keep them on. They do that.
Yeah, they do that.
They don't
So-
go to school or anything.
Yeah, so you're talking the Houthis and the Taliban. So, yeah.
Were you over there at all?
Yes.
You were. So you got to know those people. Because everything I've ever seen, I always feel so horrible for the women
Yeah.
and the
Well,
children.
I feel terrible for everything in Iraq and Iran and all the Middle East right now.
Yeah.
But they are looking for a regime change because of the way.
Do you think there's any hope for the women and children, even with
Yeah,
regime
yeah,
change?
I think they want the Western culture civilization.
They want that. That's why
Yeah,
they're.
they absolutely want that.
So are they okay with what the U.S. is doing?
Yeah, but they don't want their homes destroyed.
No, of course not. Who does that? Yeah, of course.
So they're on board with they want a cultural and a political government change,
Okay.
so that they can have a life more similar to ours, that they have the chances at education.
So what would you do? What were you doing like in Japan? I'm genuinely just curious.
That was our home base station out of Camp Hansen.
Okay.
So we're just stationed there. That's a fortified base where there's a lot of Marines there.
Okay.
That's actually the 3rd Marine Division.
Really? In Japan?
So in Japan.
Oh, shit.
So they will deploy people from there, and it's a strategic base. So
Okay.
it's very close to.
So what I've heard is that
Locations.
that here in Florida, all the military heads live here. Is that true? That bullshit.
They had to live here.
They do live here. Like a lot of the big military heads of the military.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Like
who
Tampa
do.
Bay area.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
And I think that's because of the pilot programs and all of the air programs and stuff.
they run here.
Yeah, there's a lot of Pensacola.
Okay.
It's a huge base. So yeah, there's a lot of pilots and stuff that are here.
Pilots. Okay. Because I was told like the military, the heads, that's where decisions are made and stuff. I just didn't know if it was true or not.
No, that'd be DC.
DC.
Yeah, the Pentagon.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that.
Yeah, it's
What do you think there's going to be another war?
after Iran?
Yeah, because of Iran.
Yeah, there's something we call a dogpiling effect.
Okay. What's that?
So where one person jumps in and another person jumps on the dog pile. So we're always nervous that this could ignite
I bet.
other proxy or global war.
Okay.
So that's what we'd like to avoid,
Yeah, I bet.
is a larger war with Russia or China.
What's the chances of them invading us here at home?
If we were weakened
Yeah.
through this process, it's high.
What do you mean by weakened? How do we get weakened by that?
If we were, if we were shown to be a weak force,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in our war against Iran, which we're not.
We're not.
We
Hopefully
have a-
not.
we
I
have
don't-
a $700-800 billion military,
Yeah, right.
so it's doubtful. That's,
So
that's
what
an
about
issue.
all these people that they're talking about, these terror cells that are in our country right now? Is that true? Or is that just to
That is
scare the
true.
people?
No, there's terror cells.
Is there?
Yeah, and there was a lot that crossed into the borders and stuff.
During Biden's
so-
presidency, is that correct?
Well, it was his and before. You know,
Obama
not just
too.
His, and there's other administrations where they had an open border policy.
Right.
I mean, Carter opened up to Cuba.
Now, do you think that they are getting into our country to stay here? Like they're migrating in so there can be one day an uproar?
I think they want a better life, but I don't know as if their intent was an uproar.
Okay. That's what I've been worried
You
about.
know, yeah, I think that's a real possibility.
Like I've been in Dearborn, Michigan, you know that?
Yeah.
And it seems like that. What I hear is there's not just in Dearborn, but like the population's very big of coming from another country. So I always worry that is there a potential that these people could attack from the inside at some point? And if there is, how many people would get hurt before it could be stopped?
Yeah.
That's really my biggest worry.
Yeah.
And is that a good worry to have?
Yeah, it's valid. You know, so whenever you have these little proxy groups that form, and we've seen it already with small terroristic attacks. That was 9/11.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had 9/11 if a terrorist cell was not already in the U.S.
Right.
and was able to hit the Twin Towers and train pilots while they were here.
Did they really? That's what
Yeah,
happened?
so-
I didn't look into it. I've watched the movies and stuff, but I haven't got the real scoop on that.
Yeah, those pilots were all from the Middle East, trained here in America
By who? Are just the schools or
by
what?
cells. The Osama bin Laden's paid for cells. So they were all terrorist people,
No way.
so,
And we didn't know they were here.
right?
How?
Yeah, well, back then there wasn't that concern.
Now there is.
Yeah, now there is.
They ain't doing that today, you don't think?
Well, now they're cleaning house, and probably like anything, the pendulum swings too far in each direction. So now any illegal alien is being, extradited and sent out of the country.
Okay.
So now there's a mass exodus of people. But a lot of people don't understand. Some of the immigrants are innocent,
Yeah.
and they're just wanting a better life. But they realize America's maybe not the easiest place to do that
Right.
once they get here.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
when you open the border and it's not just Mexicans coming in, it's people from China, it's people from
Yeah.
Iraq, and
Is there a threat from China?
yeah, there's a real threat there.
Is there?
Yeah,
Do you worry about this stuff?
yeah, oh yeah. There's stuff I've learned in meetings that keep you awake at night.
I can only imagine there is.
Yeah,
I was hoping to get some of that from you.
yeah. Well, yeah. Things like mass migration, that's our biggest worry in the future.
People migrating into our country. Setting
No,
up at home.
No, most wars in the past are done over religion or property.
So
Future
churches.
wars will be done for famine and migration because they're dying. There's not enough water and food. So they move to the haves to the have-nots move to the haves. So they mass migrate like Syria,
Yeah.
and you take 1.2 million people and you put them in with people who can't sustain 1.2 million people, and that population dies.
That's how this
So
works.
these mass migrations like this that are about to occur, Africa's loaded with it.
Yeah. Africa?
Yeah, Africa's a huge one.
Where are those people coming from?
Well, they're migrating within their own country because they're running out of food and famine,
It's horrible.
and those are all.
And those are
proxy
great
wars.
people down there.
Yeah, a lot
Like
of good
amazing people. You been to Africa?
Yeah, I have been.
Have you?
Morocco.
Morocco? Yeah, it's amazing. Africa's a lot of amazing people down there. I know he's been there multiple times. Have you been to every country then?
A lot of countries.
A lot of countries. Australia?
Not been to
No, to Australia you'd have no reason to do that in the military, I take it. We don't really mess with them, do they?
No, Australians are pretty cool.
They got their own military
New Zealand,
going on.
Australia, they're all friends. Good allies.
Are they?
Yeah.
So who's in the Middle East with us right now? You don't know?
I think there's compliments of different countries, but not sure which ones.
You didn't hear about that service member that got shot down behind enemy lines? He was there for say, 72 hours.
Yeah.
First message that come across was "God is good." You hear that? That was amazing. That gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It really
And I
did.
think in the future, anybody who is shot down, it is more like Black Hawk Down
Yeah.
from Somalia. When the Black Hawk
I can only
went down
imagine.
in Somalia, they're going to have similar things if that happens in the backcountry of Iran like that.
I can only imagine how horrible that would be. He survived though, did he not? He wasn't attacked then?
Which one?
The guy who just came across?
Yeah, I don't know his
You're
story.
not sure? Yeah, I don't know either. I just know that his message was "God is good." It was his first message to us after not having no contact for 72 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
I think he'll be in intel for a long time
I bet.
because they're going to want to know what
Everything.
happened, how it happened, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank God he was not picked up
Oh
by
God.
insurgents or people.
He would terror.
And yeah, that would happen. That's why the threat of boots on ground is such a high one.
Yeah.
We don't really need to do that.
Yeah. You're saying boots on the ground over there?
Yeah,
And we're not right now, are we? We're just dropping bombs,
yeah.
which is killing people.
It could,
Are we aiming just to?
yes.
And so
It's
we're not.
very specific targeting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not hitting random
It's
targets.
taken out, specific targeting.
Well, obviously not random targets, but they're not hitting civilians.
I'm thinking Trump would like, to take out power companies and stuff.
That's what he's saying.
So
Yeah.
with the human shields were actually kind of smart
Right.
because that will make the Americans step down.
Yeah, I bet. That's horrible. Oh man. Well, I just wanted to. I want to make sure we were good. I didn't want to have you upset. Okay, that's never my goal. I don't ever aim to upset the person that I'm speaking with. I know that you're gonna have to deal with that phone call at some point, and I hope you don't lie to him about it. I hope you tell him what happened
I
today.
told him.
Well, right, but you could always say it's not true or something. I didn't speak to him. You know what I mean? I just.
He hung up when he heard you.
Yeah.
He knew. I know he knew.
You know.
Yeah,
He didn't seem like
not the fact that there's the underage piece of that he's going to be in shock.
that you did this.
Yeah. He'd be disgusted with me.
Is that something you think you can fix?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
But I can't fix our relationship anyway.
Why is that?
So he didn't want to move to Florida.
Is that what it was? Are you wanting to come to Florida just to be here?
Yeah. Fishing. I wanted to get out to the Southwest.
I can understand that.
You're not from Florida?
No, I'm from the north, but like you.
So what brought you down here to do this?
My boss. Yep, I'm all over the place, man. I'm everywhere.
Okay.
I go to Florida.
That rampant?
It's everywhere. It's bad. So like I said,
I'm sorry, that just shocks me, because I guess I don't know that scene.
you should look into it. It's terrible.
I am now.
Yeah. Somebody called the police. Do you have my phone? Record with both. I gotta have police interaction always. Hi, ma'am. How are you? Mark? Do you wanna, so Mark, you came to me at 50 today, right?
Yeah, to go shopping and that, yeah.
So I have a task force. I work all over the country. We put decoys online. The decoys speak to people. They immediately let them know their age of being underage. And then there's usually sexual intent conversation and then a meetup of somebody who's much older. Mark today came to meet up a 50 decoy of ours. Instead of meeting the decoy, they meet us. We have a conversation about it. We have a conversation about what happened. It's just completely like genuine conversation, no violence, no nothing like that. I just try to figure out why it happened. Is it going to happen again? And that's what I did today.
Okay.
And I can definitely show you the chat logs if you'd like to see them.
Okay. So you pretty much like catfish people into thinking something, and then they.
We don't ever lead the sex intent. We never message first. We never leave a sex intent, and we always give our age. Those are the three main things.
Okay.
So we are always
It was on Grindr first.
started on Grindr.
We started on Grindr, so everybody there was 18.
Yep.
So
Everyone's
I
supposed to be
assumed
18
he
on
was
Grindr,
18.
right?
Yep.
I
And
don't
then
know
within
anything about this.
Grindr's
And it went off from Grindr to
it's a gay dating app.
Right, I know that part. I still
To
know the
WhatsApp.
age.
And I can show you just so you can see. Here's the messages from. So I'll show you the Grindr messages and show you how that went here.
10-4.
Oh wait a minute, it's gonna be on my screenshots I think here. I just got this phone given to me, so I'm just
You're
trying to figure
fine.
it out here.
Nope, you're good.
So this should be the first one. Should be here. So this is Mark, which he says hi. How are you? That's you, Mark.
yeah.
Okay. So, hi, hey, how are you? So this is the conversation. You'll see how it's, if you want to read this, you totally can. I'm just going to show you.
No,
it's a
you're
very
good.
short conversation. And then they want to go, and then he asked, do you have WhatsApp? And then they went to WhatsApp. And then when we went to WhatsApp, here's the messages from WhatsApp. And as you can see, we got, let's see how, now I'll be honest, I'm fiend, but I'll be back in Michigan for the summer. So, and then here's where the conversation continued to go. And the initial intent goes after the fact. There was a couple pictures, asked for anything sexy, talked about condoms and being clean from HIV. But I mean, at the end of the day, I believe I don't show up unless I believe that somebody was going to meet a minor, and of course could have happened with that minor. That's when I show up. I wouldn't show up otherwise. And so you're more than willing to read this. He has told me over and over again that he was only going to pick him up to go shopping with him.
That's it, man. We were talking about furniture shopping. He was asking what I was doing.
He says they were going to go furniture shopping. Again, obviously, if I believe that sexual intercourse could have happened, you can read the messages and make that decision for yourself.
Okay.
I show up.
Okay. I have my sergeant on the way.
Okay. And then I always call the police. I usually always call by somebody, and that's just how
What usually transpires after that?
they usually get arrested. Now in Michigan, I can tell you the Michigan law, soliciting for immoral purposes of a minor, there's an actual definition of that, and that's not the exact way you state it, but it's soliciting, enticing a minor for immoral purposes, using a computer to commit a crime. If you even have the suspicion that somebody is underage and continue a conversation and sexually and go to meet up, it's against the law. Right. So, yeah, that's. But it's always up to you guys. It's always up to you. I've had guys that they seize their phone and then they do their own investigation.
Right.
And
usually with that, that'll bring to our detectives level.
Right,
That's
exactly.
why I'm having the sergeant come.
Yep.
So it'll be her.
But I have had, yes, multiple people arrested. We just had a city councilman in Gaylord, Michigan meet up with us. He just got arrested with a barrage of felonies. He just got arraigned, I think it was Wednesday. He can't hear me, but I think he got arraigned on Wednesday last week. So it's, it's up to you guys completely. But
yeah,
I just want to be.
We'll have her. She'll be here and she used to work the special victims unit, so
Okay.
we'll have her move forward with. Let's see where she's at. So when did these conversations start? How long ago did you guys start?
It was about 10. It started about 9 a.m.
Today?
Yes.
On Grindr?
Yes.
And that many messages already transpired?
Yes. It was started about 9 a.m., maybe 8:30, 9 a.m., and we met by 11 o'clock.
Okay. And you don't do initial contact?
Never.
Never. Okay.
Never. We put.
Actually, he's the one who said hey to me this morning.
Not on Grindr.
Yes.
You would have messaged him first, and I got the message to show that.
Days ago.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, so
You
I
messaged.
just woke up this morning and he said, hey.
No, here, look, see?
Yeah, it was yesterday
Hi.
and then today.
You made initial contact, though.
Yeah, I admit, but not, you made it sound like I just did that.
No, but no,
And
it's
a lot
right
of
here.
What you've been doing is very misleading, and no, that's
You
not,
said hi. You said hi.
I said
That's
that.
initial
I
contact.
said, but
And I
initially-
messaged. You did that at 8 o'clock last night. So at 8 a.m. we messaged you back and said hello. But you
this
made initial
morning,
contact.
His contact was to me.
Okay.
After you.
Started yesterday.
Yeah. So last night at 8 o'clock p.m. he said hi.
I said
And
hi
then you
to
responded today.
We responded this morning.
Oh, okay.
We got up to do our job this
Everybody
morning,
on
and he was
Grindr
first
has
one.
to be 18.
Right.
Yeah, but that's why we tell you we're not 18 within like 20 messages off the app. So we don't get banned. So our decoys don't get banned on the app. We take you off the app, and then we give you our age right away, because we don't want nobody that's of age thinking that they're speaking to a minor at all.
Every piece of this from the beginning has been very misleading. So
What is
when we get settled, I want to get over it.
when we get but the facts of the matter
I'm
is
done talking to you because you've lied to me.
it's all on record. You
Yeah,
can
but
stop talking now if you want,
you
but it's all right
misled
there.
me.
I didn't mislead anything.
Yes, you did.
Tell me how I misled.
You said, give me your photo ID,
I did that.
and we're done here.
I did
And I
that.
said, I'm very uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
And you said, give me your photo ID. I said, you're a strange person to me, giving a photo ID and everything. So I gave you the photo ID, and then a policeman shows up.
Well, that's not misleading.
So-
That's just telling. That's just is what it is. That's our job.
All right.
My boss obviously read your messages and thought you needed to have the police here.
Yeah, so I'm not
But
going to talk
the
to you
facts of the
anymore.
matter is-
I
You don't
will
have to
talk
talk
with the
to him.
lawyer because this is
Right.
just beating me up over and over. I've been out here an hour.
Yeah.
He's in the sun, been
You think I want to be out here in an hour in a vest and a black t-shirt? It's the last thing I want to be doing down here. And I got people trying to meet up with kids. I got to go meet up with them.
And then, just you wanted to put everything on media. You wanted to call the media.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I said if you didn't give me your ID, I was going to put your stuff
you're
on
gonna
our
float
social
it
media,
everywhere
and we
on
would
the
find
media.
we would find your information that way. That's what I said.
I just
Let me
need
see
some help.
the messages.
Yep.
See where I'm at here, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, you're good. Do you want Grindr or what's here? Here's good.
Let's start with the beginning.
Okay, so there you go.
All right.
And then when I think you scroll, let's see, to the right or to the, yeah, it's this way. So that just go that way. Yep. That.
This way?
Yep. And then when the Grindr messages end, we can go to WhatsApp and you'll have the whole thing.
Okay.
Now I didn't mislead you. The only thing is we met up with the 15-year-old, right?
Listen, I'm not talking.
That's
to you
just couple basic things. You came to meet up with a 15-year-old, correct?
I'm not talking to you anymore. Please stop.
Okay. Well, I'm not allowed to talk to you all I want.
Can you
This-
give me the WhatsApp ones,
Yep.
please? That way I can show my sergeant.
Right here, and then I'm gonna go right to the top.
And to the top.
There you go.
Thank you. Can you stay 10-12 with for me? Yeah.
How you doing, sir? What's up, man? All you gotta do is stay what you said to me, okay? What you said to me. Why are you done talking to me? What did I do?
Please, just leave me alone.
What did I do?
Just leave me alone.
I just want to have a conversation.
I just don't want to talk to you anymore.
I still want to talk to you. What?
You gave her your ID already? Do you have it?
Jackson wants to talk to you. Jackson wants to talk to you. Man, dude. Bro, I thought we lost him. I thought we lost him. Didn't you? All right, make sure,
Yeah,
the main thing on this though is make sure you get a horizontal.
over 30 minutes.
Hey,
Yeah,
get a horizontal, no. I know you haven't. Just get a horizontal picture, or we can take the video picture again.
Which
I just want a horizontal when all the police show up. Yes, sir. That's both of ours IDs right there. I did.
hair's a little shorter. Y'all far from this one.
Yeah, we're way down here, man.
Okay. Don't say that too loud.
No. When the most cops surround him, get a picture of all of us. That's the main thing. I think you can take pictures while you're on video too.
We won't talk to them. Thank you.
You won't. I will.
I said we.
What?
I said we.
Wish we were on the beach right now, dude. Fort Myers Beach sounds amazing right now. Got Lee County Police out here. They have been awesome with us so far. We're gonna find out what the resolution of this is, but we just wanna let you guys know we got another predator caught all the way down in Florida, guys. I told you guys we travel where we have to travel. We go where we gotta go. Don't worry, Michigan, we got you. We're coming back home. But we even took a little time off our vacation while we were down here to make sure any predators are exposed for what they are, guys. So appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys continue to like, follow the page. We got so much more coming. April is going to be a huge month for us, guys. Again, we are down in Florida right now, catching predators instead of being out on the beach, all right? Just letting you guys know our dedication to this and what our mission is. We very well could have been on Fort Myers Beach today, chilling, enjoying the day, but instead we came down here. My partner flew down from Michigan just yesterday. I picked him up, and instead of going to the beach today, we were out here catching predators, and we got more to catch today, so I'll see you guys when we get to those guys, all right?
Just so you know,
Yeah.
in Florida it is illegal.
Legal.
Yes, so it's basically setting up. So when we do get things like this, we have a program that we would rather you, when you're starting to chat with them, get with us and let us take over the accounts, because there's protocol that we have. Like, our state attorney's office won't touch anything that's not done under law enforcement.
Is this like a county thing, or?
It's state.
Because a team that I know of, like, got like multiple arrests in Florida.
In Florida?
Yeah, in Florida, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, she's on the phone. What's your phone number?
So how would they want us to operate?
So whatever you're doing, and when you get accounts, I can give you our contact number for our people that are in ICAC.
Okay.
Because I said our state attorney's office, we have a certain protocol that they have to go to, because you have to say certain things, they have to certain indicators, it has to go on for certain long.
Yeah.
Like, I did read it. Most of it is pretty set up how, like, because I worked at SVU 7 years too, so
Yeah.
I did this stuff too.
Awesome.
So when you're doing the undercover stuff, there's certain things you have to say, like you did the number, you kept reiterating sex,
Yep.
which was all the things that, like, you need.
Yep.
But unfortunately, you're not law enforcement.
Nope.
So it doesn't count.
No. Typically, what they typically do is in moral purposes, sexual. I don't know. We have a bunch of us in Michigan, and they typically can. Is it going to be sent off though?
So what do you mean?
This whole case, or is it going to be thrown out?
This can't be a case. So what
Okay.
we're going to do is document it. I was just on the phone with ICAC. We're going to document under an information report.
Okay.
We're sending his information to Cape and us to run him, see if he's talking to anybody else, kind of thing. Set up accounts. And this is where, like, our ICAC person will contact you and see what, like, his account number is, and see if we can get set up for anything else. Like, unfortunately,
It's running, right?
we can't use your guys' stuff. Our state attorneys just won't, because they don't like to.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make a good case for.
Typically, they don't lawyer up like this guy. He just got sick and tired of me because I had made him wait for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
but
and, like,
typically, what they'll do is
they're not
they'll admit to you guys, I came here to meet a 15-year-old.
It won't matter.
It won't matter.
Because if we don't have the evidence for us, we have to do the stings.
Okay.
So, like, usually, again, like, if you're in a conversation with somebody who's in a situation, we have to take over the account because it has to be by law enforcement.
Okay.
So,
If I sting any other, because I've got so many of these guys down here.
I know, trust me.
If I sting them, can I just bring the information up to your police station?
You can send to Crime Stoppers, and that goes to us.
Okay.
To Crime Stoppers, or I can get you in touch with I'll give you the sergeant's number, and, like, she can get you
What
with,
part of it was illegal though?
Huh?
What part of it's illegal?
It's kind of entrapment because you're not working.
But civilians can't do entrapment.
Yeah, you can't, like, because you guys are setting him up without any kind of law enforcement scope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So, like,
isn't entrapment police only?
true. Like, so I'm not. You guys are. It's more. Maybe not illegal on your part. It's not legal for us. to go off of your account. So,
That makes
'cause-
sense. That makes
so-
sense.
yes.
You had me worried there that I was doing something
it's
wrong.
not
I'm like,
you,
okay,
it's-
I'm getting sick to my stomach right now.
you, I don't think it's good on your part, but like I don't think you're going to do anything illegal as much as because like you're as long as you're doing the civilian side of it, you're
Yeah.
just confronting him. You're not holding him against his will.
Nope.
You're not doing any of those things. So like you're following all your legal protocol. You're just unfortunately the way you're doing it, we can't follow up legally on our ends because we have a scope that we have to meet.
I understand.
And it has to be by law enforcement. Like all our undercover stings have to be by trained individuals.
So even if I were to give the information over, the information couldn't be used.
What she would do is like next time if you have it like give it to one of their ICAC techs and like they will take over the account and start chatting with them. Once they give them their clue things, they just hit certain parameters. Once those are met, then they can get them.
Okay.
But they have to, as a certified, because you have to be a certified chatter, is what we call them as chatters. When we do our stings, you have to be a certified chatter, and once the chatters have certain things, then we can go further. But you're not a certified chatter.
No.
There are classes you can take in Florida to try to get it, like, and there are groups that you can, because it's a great thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's not enough law enforcement to do it,
No.
because they're everywhere.
And they're everywhere. And I'm from Michigan, but I was down here on a week vacation. I'm like, I mean, this is my career, so it's
Right.
like I can just get some people down here. It was like easy.
In a second. Every undercover op we have, it takes 5 minutes. Been on a
Yep.
couple of them. It
Yep.
takes 5 minutes.
It was very fast.
It's disgusting.
Started at 8 a.m. like I told her, and we had them here by 10:30.
Yeah, we've had somebody drive a bike for 2 hours to get down to it. So like, trust me, we've had.
Insane, man.
I can tell you stories for hours. But what I'm saying is, we can't arrest him for this situation. because
No,
we
I
don't
understand
have
that.
the
What I'm
check.
saying, like in the future, if I get a sting, right, and I
Right.
call you guys out, it's going to be the same result, basically.
No, and again, that's why you're not calling us out. You're calling us to take over the account.
See, if I did that though,
Then
how would
you're
I?
losing your-
I would never
your
get the
business.
video.
So you're just know that when you do it, you're losing that case for that person. So
Okay.
we can't unless you have again work with them and you have 2 chatters. If they're talking to more than one person.
Okay.
Because then
What if they admit to you guys that
they
they're
can,
here?
but
Like,
we don't have the evidence.
What if
We
it's on
can't
their
use-
phone, though?
We can't use your evidence.
You can't take their phone.
We can't say that your criteria is met by the chatter criteria. You're not a certified chatter.
Like in Michigan, they've been prosecuted, and I'm not saying how to
Right,
do
it's
this. I'm
completely
just saying
different,
Michigan, but how they prosecute is because that person, the Michigan law, maybe the Florida law is written differently.
It's completely different.
That if they even suspect that they're speaking to someone underage, so when they take that phone and they see that they've spoken to actually met them, they
Correct.
can charge them for that.
Right.
So they can't do that here.
No, because they're not done by a.
But what if a mom found some horrible dude chatting up with her 13-year-old daughter and she brought that chat to you guys?
Then that would be, and again, we have to do IP addresses. We have to do an investigation and interview. And if it's a long weeks process because we have to do subpoenas to the phone. We have to do all that kind of stuff to go back to it. Because even if we took his phone on him, we have to go back and search like his IP addresses, say that there's nobody else in his house. There's just investigations where you have to be like, oh, that wasn't me. So like.
What if they admit it though? Then you're golden.
But again, the evidence is not good for us, the case, because there wasn't a law enforcement involvement.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to find a way in.
So I would suggest, I'll give you her information, calling her, and she's going to be the best way to give you the information. You're going to be able to do what you can do and get your hits,
Yeah.
and be able to maybe help us or get us.
I can give you a ton of people before I leave.
I know.
Yeah,
Trust me, I did it, so
yeah.
I know.
I know you know.
Is she working today?
She's actually, they're running him right now before we have let him go, but because at least we want to get because this is still going to be documented. We just can't use it for a
charge
criminal
him.
case. Correct.
I gotcha.
It's
a bummer.
sucks. It's bad.
It's us.
But again,
Because of course I want my videos to go up, but I want these dudes in jail more than anything.
100%.
Because I've chosen this way of doing things where we're not vigilantes, we're not hurting them, we're not touching them.
Right.
The sole goal is to put them in prison.
correct.
You know.
I would. Again,
I have 2
our
guys
state
in
is-
Michigan right now that are being charged right now with 4 different felonies and habitual.
They're probably a little more open. Like our Florida is a little more strict, especially our state attorney office won't touch anything that has anything to do with public chatting. because
Yeah.
We don't. Again, there's certain parameters. Like
I understand. I got what you're saying. It's
that-
just a bummer though.
It is.
You know.
Trust me.
Like last week, I got in Gaylord, Michigan. I got their high-sitting city councilman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
We
insane.
had one of our deputies arrested. So like, it's
Oh my God,
it's bad.
they're everywhere, man.
Yeah, and also on the East Coast, so like it's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I
a
mean,
big
it's an epidemic. It
Yes,
honestly is.
it is.
There's a fentanyl epidemic starting to clear up now. This epidemic has
Honestly,
always
this has
been here,
a
but
problem for years.
this
It's
is just not getting light.
There's not enough.
I think the public, between like the Epstein files and all that being released, I think the public's sick of it. Like they're just sick of the kids,
It's
you know.
worse now, I think, because of computers and how you can track.
The social, yeah, it's what Chris Hansen said 20 years ago. He didn't expect to do another one. He found passion doing it. He kept doing it. He says, but today it's easier to get these guys than it's ever been, and there's more of them than there's ever been. And he's like he's the guy who got me started, you know. So,
I agree. Like
but he's got multi-million-dollar backing, police networks, and he works with the police. So
Correct.
if we could ever find a way to bring the guys to you and have you guys on site to arrest, I mean, dude, I'd be all for it.
Which again, hopefully maybe there's something you work out with her.
I'll ask her.
Like I'll give you.
I'll fly
all
back
the
down here for a
information.
weekend, a week, whatever, and bang these
Okay,
guys
so
out
you
left
don't
and
even
right.
live here. You guys are out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Supposed to be on Fort Myers Beach right now.
I'm telling you, like he's even recording.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of us.
yeah.
It's a circle. It's recording.
Everybody's recording right now.
Okay.
For the civil case.
Yeah, he got real sick of me at the end. I had to just keep him hanging, but anyway, I could to get you guys here. So
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I made him call his family member. He called his ex-boyfriend of 4 years and told him, and he got really pissed about that. He's really mad at me about that. So fuck him. I don't care.
That's the only partially a shame is because he has none.
I couldn't get him to call nobody else. I tried to get him to call everybody while you guys waiting for you guys. And so he has responsibility. Somebody takes some responsibility when if this happened, you know, that someone else knew, you
Yeah,
know, because
no.
of course he's not gonna tell nobody.
No, of course not. But he's like I said,
But everybody's gonna know.
as they
It won't
should.
be long.
As they should.
By tonight, I'm sure it'll be viral in this town.
Yeah,
It will be.
as it should.
It
Like,
will.
Florida.
at least get my good side.
Yeah, I know.
I learned to keep me out of it.
No, you're good. No, I won't put your part. I always keep the police presence in the long form YouTube videos. That's a completely separate thing. My Facebook is Jake Hockey, is my name, Jake Hockey, and that is where I usually go viral, and that's where we'll be posting all of the short form and the pictures and all that.
Yeah, and that I think is the best thing that you can do
Yeah.
is awareness and like tagging and everything that has to do with Cape Coral community, Cape Coral anything, like,
Yep.
or North, like
Right at the end, I said, if you give me a picture of your ID, we can be done here, and I won't call the cops. And he gave me a picture of his ID. So,
what an idiot.
yeah. I said I hate liars, but in my job, I have to lie, and I feel like
Liars worse.
exactly. The ends might justify the means. I said I'm willing to face that when my day comes.
Trust me, I did 7 years. I did SVU. So
Did you want to give me her number? Or do you guys got cards I can get from you guys? Just so I have your cards. I collect cards from the police. I know it's weird, but I have a whole stack of them at home. If you guys got one, I'll take one.
You have the same one as me.
just the blank one. Yeah,
If
I
you
got
have
it.
any questions, reach out.
Okay.
Did you have his card, or you have his number?
Do you have a card?
I have their numbers. It's
No,
the same
it's
as
all-
that
Oh,
one.
it's same as that one. Oh, you don't got personal
I'm
ones?
gonna- no.
Oh, that's so lame.
Yeah.
You guys should have your
I
own
have,
cards.
and then
I agree.
switched areas, so I'm like,
And that's true. People change too much, like because they go by area. And
Yeah, they can put your name on a new card though. That's crazy. They should be giving y'all your own cards. That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. well,
Honestly.
You know.
I don't think so. Mackinac, Birch Run, Gaylord, all of them had their own
agree.
deputy. This is our first one in Florida though. First one. I only got here 3 days ago, so.
176.
And I didn't try.
What's the CFS?
We tried this last night at 8 o'clock. The guy was supposed to show up here. We were here for an hour and a half. The guy went to 4 Walmarts. 4. He went to 4 Walmarts, sending me pictures of every one. I'm like, dude, I am at this Walmart. And then he comes and he parks out here. He's like, if you don't come out that door, I'm leaving. And I walked out the door and I got right up to his car and he took off.
he's like, oh, wait a minute.
So we all lost 2 hours over that last night. It's unfortunate.
No, but like.
But he showed right up, walked right down back in the electronics section, just like our second catch ever.
Headquarters 115, 10-4.
What?
Headquarters 1 Charlie 3.
And this is her number?
This is mine, and then I'm gonna put hers too.
Okay.
This is, I'm trying to think how to spell her name.
Which one is it?
One that's married to
Calhoun?
Calhoun. Yes, thank you. I can CALHOUN. Yes. I just had to get it in my head.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a picture? Can you take a picture?
Sure.
Why not?
I guess.
Just doing my wrinkles. Can you like
I can,
Photoshop?
I can try it, yeah. Let's see what they look like.
Yeah, higher up gets really
That's a good picture. All of us look good.
Actually, I agree.
Get over here. You want to get one real quick? He wants one. He wants to get in here. Let's do one more. Come on, get behind him. Hurry up.
Can you
It's the
fit?
best case that we can get. Ready? Is he good? Yep. All right, I got you.
Bengals.
There you go. I got all 4 of us. Sweet. Thank you guys.
Yeah, no worries.
And trust me, he'll have his day one day.
I'm sure he will. He might be scared straight after this though. He was shaking at one point.
It clearly wasn't his first time.
Yeah, bro, it
So
very well
this
could.
is the case number that we're going to do the information report on. This
Okay.
is my name, the work cell phone number. This is Sergeant Calhoun, the one that's in charge. It's called ICAC. It's the Innocent Images.
Yes.
This is her cell phone number.
Okay.
So you guys can do whatever. And I took screenshots of all of the stuff on your phone. I gave you your phone back, right?
Yes, I got it.
I took screenshots of the whole thing, so
Perfect.
I'll put it up in the case.
Awesome.
That way, but when she contacts you or you contact her, if you can give her like his grinder screen name and stuff, that
course.
way they can subpoena that.
Yep.
They'll help you with that. But
Yeah, Grindr's always hard because they always hide they do no
Never been
names.
on it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've been on far too much, unfortunately.
Great.
All right, guys, this is going to conclude this. Unfortunately, in Florida, laws are different, guys. They could not prosecute this case because what we have to do is give our chattings to one of their licensed chatters, and then they have to be a part of the investigation, which we're going to call the sergeant today while we get lunch, and we're going to figure out if that's something that we can possibly do is get in contact with her and then do a double chatter so we can nail these guys and they can nail them after. But unfortunately today we're not going to get an arrest for this guy, but we are going to expose him and the world's going to know exactly what he did today. 26 years in the military, only been retired for 2, shows up here today to meet a 15-year-old boy. I just absolutely in disbelief. These guys still surprise me every single time. I just can't believe it. But these officers, shout out to Lee County. These police officers are absolutely, like, they're cool as hell, dude. These are some cool officers. They again, this goes back to, we've done this before. It's above them. The prosecutors above them make these decisions. It's not these officers. They hate this guy just as much as we do. They want to see him in jail just as much as we do. It's just the way the law works, unfortunately. But this is the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys listen. A lot of you guys that watch these videos all the way to the end, you're not even subscribed to the channel. If you don't subscribe, you might not see me again. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like, leave me a comment, let me know what's up. Go into the description of the video and there's going to be a link tree there, link tree PRED Task Force. You can see all of our social, you can go follow all of our socials right there. You can help further our mission. Guys, we will travel wherever we got to go. From Florida to Michigan, it doesn't matter. Wherever we got to go to get these guys, we're going to go get them. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. Let's go. We're here now just waiting on a resolution. Get all of this. Shooting our dude over here. Come back here, over there, go over there. Just keep circling like a shark. Here, homeboy's over here now.